There are many spirits that haunt Hawaii. One of the most famous are the night marchers, the spirits of ancient Hawaiians who, though they be dead for centuries, still march once a month through the valleys and the byways of our Hawaiian islands. Marie Solomon, from the island of Hawaii, has her own encounter with these very special spirits.
You know, on the land of my great-grandfather, Alexander Hussey, in the back of his home, there was a great big heiau, a lono heiau. And way down the beach, there was another heiau called Kupalaha. Alexander Hussey had built his house on the land, but he made sure to avoid the trail of the night marchers, because that trail, the ali'i nui, the king, would go from the lono heiau with all his warriors and pass the house and go down to Kupalaha heiau. Now, through the years, different people that live on the side of that trail would hear the drumming, they would hear the blowing of the shell, and they would, every time they look out, they would see warriors going by without touching the ground. I was staying down at Kilkea with Grandma, and my sister Sophie had gone out that evening, and she came back, was just about sunset. So she lay down by the coconut tree, and she kind of fell asleep. And all of a sudden, she heard these voices, and these voices was arguing with one another. And she heard the one said, "Make," and another voice said, "Aole, Kali." And she said when she opened her eyes, she saw all these warriors passing around her, and they were dressed in feather capes, and they all had spears. And she said she was so scared that she was in shock. And when my grandmother came out, my grandmother gave a yell, and I came running. And my grandmother said, "Go get the shoot of the tea leaf, the round top, you know, that young leaf." And I went and got it, and I remember seeing my sister. Her hair was standing straight up, and her eyes were so wide, but she couldn't talk. So Grandma chewed on that tea leaf and stuck it in my sister's mouth, and I had really seen it. And then after my sister came to, she said that there were so many people, about 5 abreast, coming towards her, and they were walking on air. They had no legs. And she heard this voice said, "Make," and she heard another voice said, "Kali." Kali means wait. And Grandma said, you know, there was a family in that line of marchers, and that's why you were saved. Because Make is you die, kill, and Kali is to wait. And she said, told my sister, that would save your life. And these are true stories that happened in Kohala.